So I caught Zookeeper starring Kevin James a while back. I thought I'd do a quick video on it before it's completely erased from my memory. It's kind of a forgettable movie, but just if you're curious, these are my thoughts on the movie. Pretty much what you can expect from this kind of a movie. It's Kevin James. He plays a zookeeper. Starts out, he's taking his girlfriend out on a date. He proposes to her. She says, "No, I can't marry you. You're just a wedding singer, zookeeper," and she breaks his heart, and he has to move on, basically. Then it takes place sometimes later. She kind of shows back up in his life. Then seeing that he's kind of struggling, the creatures in the zoo creatures, they decide to break the cardinal rule, and they decide, we're going to talk to him, we're going to help him in all the ways of love. So that's the concept of the movie. It's very stupid. But, to make it kind of interesting, they throw in some celebrity voices, like Sylvester Stallone, Adam Sandler, Jon Favreau, Maya Rudolph, Cher. Fucking Cher is a voice in the movie, so it's kind of actually quite bizarre. And so they're kind of teaching him the animalistic ways, the primal ways to get the attention of the girl. So he's trying to get back with her while she's kind of trying to change him. But meanwhile, there's another girl who works in the zoo, likes him just the way he is, and he's kind of using her to get the other girl jealous. And she's played by Rosario Dawson. You can pretty much guess where this is going. He decides that, oh wait, I really like her, and all the way down to like stop her before she gets to the airport kind of ending. So very predictable, very trite, not especially funny. Like, there's some funny stuff in the movie. I do like Kevin James. I know he's not everybody's cup of tea, but I really liked King of Queens. I thought that was a very, very funny show. A good sitcom. Like, if it's on, I'll watch it. And he has a charm to him. He's a very likable kind of comedic actor, but at the same time, he's not overly hilarious in his roles. I think he hasn't quite found the right role, and this certainly isn't it. So, I mean, you got to take the good with the bad in this one. Really, really predictable and tired kind of a movie. The one thing that I did think was a little bit interesting, though, there is like this whole subplot where Nick Nolte, he's voicing this gorilla who's, for lack of a better term, kind of put in solitary confinement after kind of being wrongfully accused of abusing one of the other zookeepers there. And they kind of develop this friendship, which I actually thought it was actually pretty good. Like, they have this good chemistry between each other, and Nick Nolte kind of hits all the right notes as this world-weary gorilla. It's a stupid movie, but not very many laughs, and like, I don't know, who is this movie for? It can't really be for kids, because it does have this kind of semi-serious plot about the relationship between him and the other girl, and the romance there, and kind of this whole thing about becoming a car dealer and not really liking himself when he's being that kind of a phony, and not really holding on to material things, but wanting to do the right thing, and all that kind of stuff, which it's not really like kids stuff. It doesn't focus entirely on the zoo creatures, which you'd imagine it might, but at the same time, I mean, like, will adults like this movie? Like, is this supposed to be like a date movie? Kevin James, Rosario Dawson, they're the best since McConaughey and Hudson, right? No. So it's weird. It doesn't really fit into like a specific kind of demographic, or I honestly don't know who the movie was meant for. But if you're a Kevin James fan, maybe you'll like it. But he's done better movies, and I think, I would hope, his best is yet to come. I'd rate Zookeeper 2 stars out of 4. This is a tired and predictable, mildly funny movie, but it's very forgettable. In fact, I've pretty much almost forgotten it all already. So other than maybe the novelty of some of the celebrity voices, it's pretty much no reason to watch the movie again, unless out there's some seriously hardcore Kevin James fans. I'd say only watch it if you've seen everything else on Netflix and kind of want to maybe a movie you can put on the background or anything like that. It's gonna maybe, give you a chuckle or two, which it has some laughs. But again, I do like Kevin James, and I hope he does find a right role. And I do kind of think he's better than kind of sticking himself in these kind of Happy Madison productions. I think this is a Happy Madison production. I'm like 90% sure. I think he's better than that. I would say even I wouldn't say this of everybody in like the kind of Happy Madison group, Happy Madison family. But I do think if he were to try something maybe a little bit more dramatic, I think he'd be really good at that. Because like sometimes you can just kind of tell like they want to do something a little bit differently. He hasn't really shown too much evidence of it previously, but like you kind of like notice like even in like a movie like Chuck and Larry, he did have some kind of dramatic scenes a little bit. Even on King of Queens, like there was like in one of the later seasons like this plot line that kind of ended in a tragic way, which I thought he did really good in. So I think Kevin James is capable of a lot more in this kind of mildly entertaining, forgettable, disposable kind of comedy. So I mean, really, it's Zookeeper starring Adam Sandler as a monkey. What else can you really expect from this movie? So that'll be my review. Give me a thumbs up if you're so inclined to do so. Comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you later.